YouTube? I'm back. This is gonna be another YouTube video, and this one's gonna be, I think, Sex Talk 101, episode 20. And this one's gonna be a very interesting video. This one's gonna be for not just myself, but for millennial men themselves. And it doesn't matter if you're a black man, a white man, a Latino man, or an Asian man. This video is for you. I want to say once again, thank you. I now got 56 subscribers. I had 55. It was 56. Then someone unsubscribed and it was 55. Then someone else subscribed and it's 56. So again, thank you for the 56 subscribers. Without you guys, these videos would not actually be possible. So today's discussion, I was thinking about what can I talk about for my 20th episode on Sex Talk. And it hit me, it dawned on me. Out of all the YouTube videos, I have never made a video, I wouldn't say necessarily closes the book on the chapter. I wouldn't say closing the final chapter. I wouldn't even call this the final chapter. I would call this just another chapter. But it has to be talked about because some of you guys might be wondering that one question that I used to ask myself when I was in junior high, high school, and college. And that is, why is it so hard to find love? So I thought maybe I might come in here and drop some information, drop some knowledge on you guys, and try to explain my version or come close to telling the actual truth on why is it so hard to find love in today's society. Now, besides people saying social media and Facebook and Instagram, besides mentioning those reasons as the main reasons, let's dig a little deeper and go a little further into the rabbit hole and put on our thinking caps and start turning the light bulb on and brainstorming and trying to come up with some other reasons why, as a man, it's hard to find love. Now, women, about 85 to 90% of women have it very easy when it comes to finding love. Not just sex, but love. They got it real easy. As for us men, we find it very complicated and very difficult. Because, there's an attack on your masculinity. One group wants you to be a man. The other group wants you to be a punk bitch. I'm just stating the obvious. Now, ask yourself this one question. You ever ask yourself, or you ever wonder why you see so many guys walk up the street or walk down the street and not just talk to themselves, but when they have a depressed look, it's like they want someone to talk to them, but they don't know how to get someone to talk to them. And even if they could get someone to talk to them, mentally they're too far gone. And you see, I've come up with this theory, and I say it's a theory because it has to be proven yet. Maybe in the next 10 to 15 years, it'll be proven. I believe that some men, not all men, some men suffer from some form of a mental breakdown because they find it so complicated and so difficult to experience true love and happiness because the society has too many rules. And what I mean by too many rules, I'm talking about, let's look at jobs for an example. Doesn't matter if you work at McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Carl's Jr., Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, Del Taco, Church's Chicken, KFC, Chicken and Popeyes. Doesn't matter if it's IHOP. Doesn't matter if it's Foot Locker or J.C. Penney's or Target or Old Navy or the Gap. Doesn't matter where you work at. Doesn't matter if you work at the gym. Doesn't matter if you work at Payless Shoe Store. Doesn't matter where you work at. About 99.999% of the time, there's this rule. You really can't have no feelings for no girls at your job. And every time you do, you're in violation of a policy that they call sexual harassment. And I already made some YouTube videos I made like up to 5 videos of my Be a Rock Star, Not a Robot series of sexual harassment. And it seems like that when you go to your job, you see these beautiful, attractive women, and you may like them, you may have a crush on them, but then you always get 2 or 3 older guys that's in their 30s and their 40s and 50s that'll look at you with a serious look on your face and say, what's more important, your money or having a crush on a girl? So now you got to go through the next 3 to 5 years or 10 years, how many years you think you're going to be working at this job, not able to express how you honestly feel. So that's like someone taking you and saying you committed a murder. Now you go to jail for about 5 years or 10 years, and you're not able to express how you feel, good or bad, to the female, to the woman. So now you got to go every single day to work where there's a girl that you do find physically, sexually attractive, and you cannot really express how you feel. Even if you want to, you can't because of what's going on. Same thing if you go to church. You can't be getting your freak on or get your Mac on in the church because, you know, when you go to church on Sunday, that's God's time. You got to show some proper respect. So you can't do it at work, you know, even though some people break the rules, and you can get into a lot of trouble for breaking the rules. You can get written up, suspended, and fired. You can't do it in church. If you do it in church, you get kicked out of church and can't come back to a church. So there's rules in church, there's rules at your job. When you go to the gym, that's the biggest temptation. When you go to a gym like 24-Hour Fitness, LA Fitness, Planet Fitness, Gold's Gym, Club Bay, you know, the YMCA, LA Boxing Club, UFC gym. You go to all these gyms, and guess what? That same rule exists. Sexual harassment policy. So you might see a girl with a fine ass or some fine titties, and the only thing you can do is just look. But then that can also work against you, because if you start looking too much, then guess what happens? You know, you get a guy walking up to you telling you got to leave the gym because you're making a girl feel uncomfortable. So again, there goes that problem. So you thought maybe if I go to the mall or the park, someplace that is appropriate, yeah, you can look, but then the girl rolls her eyes at you, gives you the stank eye, and you like, okay. And then there's going to the nightclub and the sports bar, where it's very promoted and very heavily implied that that's a place that's inappropriate where I can go to. And I already made 2 videos telling you about what happens when you go to the nightclub, that you should only stay in there for about 1 hour and 30 minutes. You stay in there for 2 hours or 3 hours and you don't find the type of female that you're looking for, now you're just wasting all your time. And that's time that you can't get back. And then you find yourself in a situation where you go 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and 365 days a year for 5 years or 10 years or 15 years trying to figure out how to find a woman in your life, because your parents and your grandparents, your friends, especially your damn co-workers, they go, how old are you, John? You're like 30, 31, 32 years old. When you gonna get a wife and kids? When you gonna get married and have some kids and some grandkids? And sometimes you want to look at your co-worker Bob and say, how about I knock your damn head off? It's not exactly easy as it looks or as it sounds, because you're in a situation where it's 2018 and you're struggling with the idea that you cannot find true love. So then you get frustrated because you see everyone else have a girlfriend. You see other guys got a wife or they're engaged to get married. And when you go, and I know some of you men in your 20s have already felt and experienced this, and you've been in a room, whether it's at work, and everyone else is talking to a girl and they're conversating. But when you try to talk to a girl, you know, the girl gives you that look. You can see that look in her eyes. F off. Get lost. Drop dead, loser. And you feel like, what did I do wrong, or what did I deserve to do? What did I do to deserve this? That's what you say to yourself. And you see, I thought I would come up with some answers because I'm all about giving answers. I'm all about solutions to fixing the problem on what could you possibly do to fix this problem. Now, the people at your job, like the managers, the assistant managers, the supervisors, the assistant supervisors, all of them, a lot of times they don't give a damn that you're sexually frustrated and that you have a problem and you cannot find true love and happiness. Now, I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about trying to be in a relationship because of all the rules. Now, there is an answer to that. It is going to require some money, and that is you go road tripping. Now, you might say, are you serious, Alex? What do you mean, like road tripping? You mean like go on the road and go to another city in another state? And I'm about to tell you the answer is yes. Yes, yes. Like Daniel Bryan saying professional wrestling, yes, yes, yes. The answer is going on a road trip. Do you know why you would go on a road trip? Because if you go to another city in another state where don't nobody know who you are, you now have a 70 to 80% chance of finding someone that you're compatible with. See, the problem is, like, for me, I live here in Los Angeles, California. Because I live here in LA, everybody knows who the hell I am. Or almost everybody know who I am. And I usually get what they call the 3-strike rule. Strike one, because you're a man, that's strike one. Number two, because you're black, so that's two strikes. And strike number 3, well, you might be a creep or a weirdo, so I don't know, I can't trust you. And I've noticed that whenever I go on road trips, when I go to places like Santa Barbara, San Diego, when I go to places like Las Vegas, I get anywhere between 80 to 90% of the attention from out of nowhere. It's like I transformed into a rock star overnight. And what that experience taught me was, if I can't get no attention from women in Los Angeles, California, then let me go to places like Dallas, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Houston, Texas. Let me go to Miami. Let me go to Orlando, Florida. Let me go to places down south. And what I've noticed is that every time I go on a road trip and I wear my rock shirts, or not necessarily just the rock shirts, where I just look my absolute best, I'll get women smiling at me. I'll get women saying, hi, how was your day? You like it here? How many days you're here? And that strikes up a conversation, and just like that, I'm getting conversations from complete strangers. And I don't necessarily be saying, can I have a phone number and let's talk sometime? Because I could be going back to the hotel, I could be going out to get something to eat, or I could be in a rush to go to the next store and buy something because I'm on a road trip. And I believe that is the answer to your problem, is to go on a road trip. I think Aaron clearly said it at best. If you're in your early 20s or early 30s and you wonder why you can't get the job that you want, you might have to get something temporarily until you're that age to where you can acquire it. And I believe it's the same thing with this. Why you want to go out and see other parts of the world is because when you do that, the people that you see every day, they don't give a damn about you. When you say, I ain't got no girlfriend, I'm not in no relationship. But it makes you feel bad when you see other guys kissing their girlfriend, holding hands and hugging. You know, you talk to girls at your job, and I already made a YouTube video about that, telling you that those girls already have boyfriends, they already have a husband, or they're engaged to get married. And the only reason why they talk to you is because they're at the same place you work at 5 days a week or 6 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. They're there all the time. So naturally, they're going to want to talk to you because they see you all the time. But when you try to say, let's go hang out, that's when you get told, hell no. As soon as you try to ask for a phone number, that's when you get told, hell no. Or I can't do it because I have 2 jobs. or I have 3 jobs. No, I don't know you very well. You're going to get a lot of that. Now, you might say, but what if I do go on the road and I still get some of that? That's okay, because it's a learning experience. It's a part of life. You're going to experience this type of stuff. See, I'm making this YouTube video because a lot of people ask me, why is it so hard to find love? Why is it so hard to do one thing that you've been asked? See, the reason why I have to make this video, because a lot of you guys from the age of 18 to 29 years old, you're getting into arguments with your parents and your grandparents because they're asking you to do this one thing. And this one thing has become so complicated to do, and you don't know how to tell them, well, back in 1952, it was easy for you guys to just say hi to a girl, and just like that, you got a phone number and you went on 5 dates. I do it, I can't even get one single date. So I'm all about giving you the answers and solutions. I'm serious. If something is not working at your job, well, then don't worry about it. And I promise you, now think about it. Now, the same people who don't give a damn about your situation and your problem, wait until they get into a situation. Wait until all the managers, the assistant managers, and the supervisors and the assistant supervisors, all of a sudden, they get into fights and arguments with their wife or their girlfriend, or they get a nasty divorce and they can't see their kids, or their girlfriend break up permanently for good. Wait until they get put in the same predicament as you get put in. Then they'll look at you and say, you want to go hang out and talk? And you can kind of look at them funny looking, like, when I had problems, you didn't give a damn. Remember, you said we're here to make money and pay bills. We're not here to talk about problems. We're not here to talk about personal feelings. And when you hit them with that, they'll walk away from you because you just told them to their face they're full of shit. I'm serious. Even if you work security, and you see there's been this thing where they don't think security guards should be trying to talk to a girl. And you see a lot of times that's why a lot of guys want to become entrepreneurs, because they don't want no one telling them what to do, because they put in the hard work and the dedication. It's like playing sports, right? It's like a championship game of basketball, and you lose in the championship game every single year, and you're saying, when is it going to be my time to get into a relationship? When is it going to be my time? And you get told by a lot of people, don't worry, your time will come one day. And sometimes you'll say, God damn it, when? When is it going to come? Because it seems like it never comes. You know, 1 minute you're 18, then you're going to be 19, then you're going to be 20, then you're going to be 21, then you're going to be 22, then you're going to be 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. And before you know it, you're 30 years old, and 10 years went by. A decade has went by. And you've got your hands balled up to a fist, and you're punching holes into the wall like you're the Incredible Hulk, because for 10 years you've been told, don't worry, it's going to come one day. It's going to come one day. And you kind of got that look on your face like, the hell with this, it's going to come one day bullshit. And I'm here to give you the answer to that problem. Go on the road. Go on a road trip. Get a passport. Go to foreign countries. Just go see the world. And by the time you try to go see the world in 80 days, you're going to attract so much attention from different groups of people that by the time you try to finish that goal, you'll get not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8. Yes, I'm doing the LeBron James. You'll get 10 women that will notice you're going all over the place. And that will attract the attention that you're looking for. And you want to know the best part about doing that? You ain't have to become no mangina. You ain't had to become no simp to do it. And then the people who didn't give a damn about your problems, they'll only care because you found a way to get away from the rules. Now, unless you're rich and famous, that's a different video. And see, in the next video, I'm going to talk about how do you know it is your time to get a girl? Not necessarily girls with an S, because you always hear people tell you, talk to more than one girl. Don't always depend on talking to that one girl to be the answer to your problems. In this video, I'm just trying to explain why some guys find it hard to find love. And sometimes you get some guys that commit suicide because it seems like no matter what they try and no matter what they do, they don't get anywhere. And I'm here to tell you there is an answer to always solving a problem. See, my channel, I always give you the answers. See, pickup artists and dating coaches, they lie to you 99.99% of the time, and they always tell you, oh, you can go any place, anywhere, and do anything to get a girl. And then when you don't get the girl, you're like, well, what the hell's going on here? So I thought I would just come on here because it's a Sunday and drop this video. Until next time, peace.